Hands up, who feels stressed? I'm pretty sure most of you raised an arm, or maybe just nodded your head. And if you didn't, I'm almost certain you will have felt stressed at some point in the last couple of weeks or months. Stress is ubiquitous and can be found in all corners of life. Often it can feel like there is a constant undercurrent of it, present when we're moving through the day. It can also crop up when we're triggered by things from the past, be it an irritating buzz of background noise or an all-consuming bombardment that blindsides us. We all feel it, yet none of us want it. Not only does it sting in the moment, but it can have a very real and long-lasting impact on our mental and physical health. Writing this book has been a bit of an emotional roller coaster, more so than any book I've written before. The roller coaster began with an urgent ascent of enthusiasm and excitement to tackle such a huge subject. This quickly turned to worry that I wouldn't be able to do this gargantuan subject justice. That worry, ironically, turned to, you guessed it, stress. Reaching that point felt like a dead end and the nearest I've gotten to writer's block. This dead end led me to stepping back, reassessing how I was responding to that stress, and remembering my mission. The point of this book is not to eliminate all the stressful situations in your life. Sadly, that's usually not possible, as we all suffer stress in differing ways, whether it's at work, in our relationships, with our finances, our family, or in navigating all of these things. Instead, I want you to get curious about stress, notice what it is telling you, and bring focus to how you respond to it. When I've had big moments of stress, it's always the little things that help shift my perspective and stop me from drowning in it all. If we're presented with big, life-altering solutions, we often feel overwhelmed and are more likely to quit before we've even started. What we do not need in moments of stress is another thing on our list to worry about. So in this book, I promise not to burden you with huge, life-changing proposals. I want us all to move gently and slowly towards little changes that will help us better understand our own emotional roller coaster and be able to cope when faced with stress. I've gathered these little nuggets of advice over the years from my own lessons learned and therapies I've tried, as well as the numerous incredible conversations I've had on my podcast, Happy Place. I've harvested as many helpful little things as possible and have weaved them throughout these chapters. When plotting out this book, my starting point was to create a map of stress. With a deep desire to get curious about the triggers around stress, I needed to have conversations that I hadn't previously had with the people I know. Strangely, I hadn't asked my friend Fran, who is an air steward, how she handles the stress of her job. I hadn't asked my friend Abby how she copes with having a disabled son. I hadn't asked my own mum about the physical symptoms she experiences from unprocessed stress. These conversations, many of which are peppered throughout this book with their subsequent learnings, were profoundly interesting and taught me a lot. I interviewed friends and acquaintances with differing backgrounds, setups, living arrangements, and triggers, which helped me decipher how I would divide up this book. The 5 categories of stressful situations that I talk about are 1. Demands. This assesses the everyday demands we face, from others, from society, and the pressure we put on ourselves. 2. Health. Here we look at how stress directly affects our health and how health issues can themselves cause a lot of worry and stress. 3. Control. Whether you find comfort in controlling every step of your day or currently feel wildly out of control, this section will explore how each end of the spectrum can lead to stress. 4. Relationships. Tricky dynamics, intimate relationships, friendships, and work colleagues can cause great joy and also stress, so we will dive into managing those relationships better.